지금 다운로드 받으세요.
We're back here at the SSL Season 2 of 2016. We're in the midst of Group D, the challenge matches here. And this is definitely the group of death. It's very even between all 6 players.
That's right. It's been a lot more even than we expected coming into the beginning of this group. But we're going to actually take a look at the rankings to show you guys where we're at here. At least I think we're about to in a moment.
We're almost there. We're getting there.
Well, I actually don't control when they come up or anything like that, so it's really just kind of.
You got to press the button, Wolf. You forgot to press the button.
Sorry,
I was hoping it would go.
There's a little bit of lag on that, maybe. But it's going to show up in a minute. I did tweet out some of the stats earlier, but they were covered by Falstad Stormlord skin bundles.
Yeah, funny the way that works. They just drop out of your hair or something. You don't even notice.
I try to take pictures of things. Sometimes these bundle codes come in. I don't know what to do. But our next matchup is going to be Maru versus Super, as we may be experiencing technical difficulties with the graphics. Where I don't have any control over them. But I just want to tell you guys that. And, okay. Here they go. Here they go.
There's a lot of lag on that, man. You got to get that fixed.
Yeah, that button's broken. But Zest in first place, as you expected. But in 6th place, Hero is 2 and 3. However, the difference in score between him and Losira, who's in 2nd, is literally 1 away win.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, Losira has played 1 extra game, and so has Zest. So those guys up at the top, but they've had an extra chance because they did have to play up against each other at the beginning of the day just to make sure that, you know, if Losira is on the ropes and he has to face up against Zest in game number 29, and, you know, maybe Zest is like, oh, you know, I'll just let him win so that we both get in, right? He's my teammate. That, you know, just to avoid stuff like that, we just put them at the beginning.
Yeah, it's the best way to do things always in these types of round-robin groups. So,
yeah.
Definitely an important thing. But as I mentioned, Super versus Maru will be our next matchup. Let's take a look at Super and break him down a little bit here. He is 2 and 3 currently with 5 games left to play. So he definitely has a chance to still make it, but he only has 3 lives left. He will have to win 4 of the 5 next remaining games in order to get through.
Yeah, and it's no easy lineup. He did defeat Hero and Zest, funnily enough, for both of his wins. So 2 of the hardest players to go up against, but it really speaks to how good his PvP is. He needs to figure out a way to defeat this guy, Maru, on the opposite side.
Now, Maru did lose to Zest in a pretty tough matchup there, but Zest played a really aggressive Stalker style. Versus Losira, he lost a straight-up game trying to do a timing attack, then falling behind and just not able to recover. But going up against Super here, he is highly favored. And I'd still say Maru is favored to get out of the group in 2nd place.
Yeah, it's looking that way. He could even get out in 1st if Zest starts to lose some games, which, you know, at times does seem unlikely, but you never know. Map here for set number 17 is Dusk Towers. So let's jump into that right now. Another PvT on everybody's favorite map. Here we are on this very big 2-player map, Dusk Towers, and in the bottom left in the red, the Protoss player from the Afrika Freaks, it is Super.
And up here in blue is a Terran opponent. It is Maru from the Generic Green Wings. Dropped his only map today versus a Protoss, but it was Zest, and it was on this very map. The map that, well, how many times did you say we're going to see today? 12?
Yeah, 12 in total, and from games 24 to 28, we're going to play Dusk Towers 5 times in a row. So I hope you guys like this map, because we're going to be playing all those games most likely, because this is a very close group.
Then we take a break on set 29, then on 30, if we go all the way there, we'll play it one more time.
Yeah.
Just one more time for the last game.
Yeah. We're gonna play it now, and then we don't play it again until game number 24. So get a long break there, I suppose.
So I rested my voice a little bit during that little break we had. I'm feeling a little bit better.
That's good. Saddling up for the marathon casts that we have to do here.
It'll be good. It's all good fun. Seen some really good games today already. Some not as good games as well.
Oh, yeah. We had some stinky ones in there.
Stinky ones.
Smelly, cheesy, gross ones.
Some control mistakes by many of the processes in this group, to put it mildly. And reality with some interesting build choices. Definitely trying to break the mold a little bit. But it has been the trend of Terran players who are being aggressive off of 2 bases rather than trying to take a greedy 3rd base that are finding success so far. And with Maru taking a 2nd barracks here, we might see him drop a 3rd CC again because he's not going down that factory path, at least not for the time being. But he also could go ahead and add a 3rd barracks and go double Tech Lab. Quick eBay, actually. Going to block this. And I'm more interested to see what he's going to do at home. Well, first I was just staring at the production tab, and I thought it was an eBay at his base. But it's just this eBay that TY started doing that's now popular on this map and on a lot of different 2-player maps.
Nice micro here by Maru. Just, going through the eBay, and eventually Super just gives up because the eBay is going to be made anyway.
Yep. Mothership Core will get the kill to make sure that the SCB doesn't escape, but he was going to halt anyways. That's about as close to finish as an eBay you can get. A lot of hit points on that one. The refund, of course, doesn't change based on how far it's built. It's the same. It's at 99% or at 2%. As you guys can see, it affects the mining quite significantly. That also means probes can't run through that location if they were trying to escape from something, which won't be the case, as no harassment's coming up yet. But we do have Maru with the factory coming up, so he's going to have a quick drop, and he's also going to have a very fast stim with the tech up on that 2nd barracks we saw. So not the aggression we've come to expect from him via factory and medevac, but just going to be stim aggression.
This is the Beyond build. We saw him do it over and over and over again. You get a lot of Marines and stim very fast with 2 medevacs. It's quite powerful. It's great for putting on aggression. You can expand right away behind it because it's very hard for your opponent of any race. Beyond used it against any race, basically, when he was in this group. It's a great success, and we've seen Maru do it before, too. We're going to see him do it again today. We'll see if Super can hold off the aggression here. He is going for that very safe style that he likes to play in PvT.
Notice the placement of these buildings here for Maru on this map. Something that Terran players have been doing for quite a while in this matchup. If you place your buildings in this way, when Adept Harass comes your way later on, which it inevitably will, you can have a tight wall to stop shades from ruining your day. That's one of the ways that Terran players deal with Harass on this map in the Horseshoe. Defending your 3rd and your backdoor base is just very, very difficult to do without measures like this, especially versus Adepts versus Medevacs, because they can just lift up and go between. Anything that can bounce between 2 locations on this map is very annoying to deal with unless you're dealing with it with air units, which neither of these races really have in abundance early on, and even later on to deal with drops. You're not going to be dealing with air units unless you make a Void Ray to help deal with the Liberator, for example. This drop is spotted by an observer. 10 seconds to go on Stimpack. And this is going to be the move out. But Blink is done, so it's going to be harder for Maru to commit to this. And let's watch how he stims, because he's been overstimming a little bit today.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll see if he can catch any of these units out here. So far, good trading here for Super. Taking out a couple of these Marines. Really nice micro.
Yep. Everything counts, but he's every damage counts, but he's lost a lot of shields here and won't be able to do this forever. There's a nice photon overcharge. That should deter Maru from continuing the attack with 2 more dead Marines. And look at this. Oh, it looks like I thought he was going to leave 1 to deny the CC, but I guess he didn't see it. But either way, he's going to go ahead and attack the backdoor expansion where that wall I was talking about is. So if Maru reacts quickly, he should be able to keep these Adepts on the back side.
And here we go, Adepts jumping into the back door.
Well, the SCVs are in this position, not able to raise the depots in time, so the shades are going in. Meanwhile, Maru continues to attack here, trying to get a positive trade, but he's stayed too long. The Stalkers are going to actually go out and chase. Probably could have kept chasing, but he's worried about this.
Really nice drop here. 7 probes go down, but at the same time, back at Maru's base, he's been supply blocked, and he's not even making a supply depot. He's relying on that CC that's about to finish. And he lost a lot of mining time in that back door as well.
Yeah.
So taking a bit of damage himself.
4 gateways on the way for Super. He's got a pretty nice tempo advantage here, I'd say. And actually 5 gateways coming up. He may just attack with 1-1. I'll have to defend a little bit more harassment here. He lost a decent amount of probes to the last one, and this one's already going to get 3, 4, most likely a 5th. Not quite. Stalkers blink forward here for the chase. Will deny this medevac from escaping. Everyone got excited there for a second, but no, in fact, he was not targeting the mothership core. And by everyone, I mean the Korean commentators downstairs. And maybe like one fan at home was stressed, but it wasn't happening.
Oh! Not quite. So we do have those glaives on the way, just getting started, and a lot of Protosses switching to this kind of style, just tons of gateways. On 3 bases, you go up to 8, and you get 1-1. You get all the upgrades, the blink, and the resonating glaives.
Yeah, look at this.
And you just attack with a huge amount of units. That's basically the strategy.
He has 2 Widow Mines and a Liberator here, so it's not going to be easy to make this attack work. But even if he takes serious damage from these Widow Mines, he has so many units, it's hard for the Terran to defend. The Widow Mines already used here. The Liberator is taken out. Guardian Shield, very helpful. Maru does have a lot of reinforcements coming down, though, so maybe Super wants to back off and wait for that next warp in.
Yeah, he definitely needs that. I'm not sure that he should have committed in here like this, but he is going to now shade in, actually, into the third base. Yeah,
into the third base and into the main base. Forcing more stims to be used here from Maru. A lot of SCVs killed 12 in total. And he has the economy to just keep doing 7 Adept warp ends over and over again.
Very close there. Almost did not get the depot up, and he actually commits to that shade, and those units are just going to be stuck.
Trapped there. And
but they are going to be kilt.
Kilt.
That's
the Irish way of saying it. All right, well, I was going to say, if he blinks these Stalkers forward, I'm going to question it, because it's just too greedy at this point in time. He has vision of the high ground. You know what? He might think about it. Okay. Stressing me out. There's a lot of units on the low ground, but even if he blinks in, they're going to be able to chase very quickly.
Yeah. Basically, he's just putting on a bunch of pressure while he gets his 4th base up. He is going to transition into Colossi. And we don't see Maru going for that reality style where he makes just a ton of Liberators and Marauders just yet.
Ooh. Wow. A lot of damage done to that prison. It still lives for now as the Adepts shade away. So much damage done. It's so difficult to deal with these. He had his depot down again. The funny thing about depot walls like this is they're only good if you use them.
Yeah.
That's
the funny
thing about it, you know? It's like some people might be like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of tricky. I never really thought of it that way." But yeah, it's true. Like
otherwise, you're just placing buildings.
It might be like, "Wow, it's like Maru just did it so Wolf could have a talking point in his cast later." I'm like, "Well, that's how I feel about it." But yeah. Well, as it is, let's not forget what happened to Super in the match versus Reality, where Reality ended up taking it. Reality had Liberator range that you discussed, but Maru does not have such tech. He's making a 2nd starport now, and he is starting to get a decent Liberator count. But this game is still controlled by Super currently. He has 4 bases. His 2-2 is massively ahead of Maru's. He's getting another shade in here. Looks like he canceled it, though. And the Warp Prism's still alive. Hard to believe. He's targeting down SCVs. I would like to see Templar Archives come up. Yes, he has Colossi. Yes, he has the extended Thermal Lance on the way. But I would like to see Storm as well. I feel like it's useful to have both techs. And once he does get the advanced ballistics and has a huge Liberator count, Liberators also deal with Colossi. So he's also
they deal with everything, basically.
Yeah.
Anything on the ground.
And sometimes anything in the air, too.
Yeah. especially with Viking support. And Maru actually scanned the 4th base, but not the right one. He scanned the one up to the left in the middle there. And so maybe he falsely assumes that Super's just on 3 bases when he has that 4th. I mean, he's got his own 4th CC about to finish up, but it's pretty useful information to have to know where your opponent's 4th base is.
Yeah. His drop that he's sending across. Okay. His drop is sending across is looking for a target. There are so many pylons in the main. Super should have no problem with those drops if he reacts quickly, if they come that way. They're not going to be, or at least not these two. The ones at the bottom are still there. 3-3 on the way before Maru's 2-2 is completed. But still no Storm, just relying on Colossi alone here with a Thermal Lance. Extended Thermal Lance, I should say. The normal attack for the Colossus is also called Thermal Lance. If I want to be technically correct, which some people argue is the best kind of correct.
Some people, not me. You can say whatever you want. Oh, man, he's getting underneath that CC. It's going to go down basically for free.
Maru.
Maybe just back off.
Maru is just, he's on the back foot in this game, but he takes this opportunity when he sees the Armum about to attack this base. This one only has 1 pylon in range. There come a few more Stalkers over. There's the blink. Oh, and that's +2 for you versus no plating.
Yeah. Does snipe that out of the sky there, and he has 3-3 on the way too, whereas Maru has not even started that 3-3. Okay. Here we go, blink underneath.
Fight. Yeah, he's going to fight here, and he has the upgrade advantage, or actually, no, he doesn't quite yet. He has the upgrade advantage in building, or in research time. The Colossi do get taken out here. There's still a few more Liberators. They are getting targeted down. The Vikings not too helpful anymore now that the Colossi are gone. One more Colossus rejoins. Widowmine hits the Observer, but not the Army. He blinks forward. He wants to end it right now, and I think he will.
That's way too many Stalkers, and there's nothing left over for Maru. He's trying to hold on here with the SCVs.
SCV is helping him out, though. Some more reinforcements coming in. The 3-3 is about to finish for Super, and I think that might just be the last nail in the coffin. He still has these units over here. Going to land this CC, actually, to use it as more of a defensive fortress, but look at this. It's just too many Stalkers.
Not going to work out here. Maru is really trying to go for the semi-base race. He'll take out the 4th base of Super, but it just doesn't matter. Super blinks up the ramp now and is able to take out everything that Maru's got.
Look how long it's taken him to focus this Colossus down. He's not going to get it. +3 armor versus +2 attack. Especially the Marauder, the double attack it has now that gets applied twice versus it. So Marauders are not as good versus armored units as they used to be, or versus armor, I should say. And that should be it. Maru doesn't want to come to terms with it, but he's going to lose yet another TVP today. On the same map versus a very similar style that Zest showed us earlier tonight.
Yep. There's a reason why Protosses are picking this map a lot. GG. Super able to take out Maru. That is a huge win. That actually ties them up both at 3-3. Super's got 1 away win, so he is ahead. But, wow, I mean, we were talking about how Maru seems like a shoo-in for 2nd place, but now it's anyone's game, really.
Yeah, this group is so close. It lives up to its name, Group D, the group of death. As I really thought Maru and Zest were going to get out easily for sure. Like, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, obviously Maru and Zest are going to have to play against each other. So there's not going to be like a clean sweep or anything like that. But I was thinking they were going to just slide through the group. Hero would have a little bit of a tough time, not necessarily getting out for free. But everybody's playing good games here. Like, anybody gets out, man. Literally any one of these 6. Even Zest's spot is not secured yet. He needs 2 more wins.
Yeah, and I think he's going to get it, you know, but we've been saying that all night where it's like, I think Zest is going to do it. I think Maru's going to make it through. And
remember, Trust
still
was 5-0,
you know?
And he didn't get out or until like literally tiebreakers. He got a 6 win there. So anything is possible. You're absolutely right. Our next map is going to be Lucero versus Hero on King Sejong.
Yeah, we got Hero delaying a bit, not yet in the lobby. There he is. Hopping right in there. No delays this time around, so we are going to get that started.
See, Lucero's using some emoji